This is KGW News at noon.
6 people are hurt, including a TriMet bus driver, after a bus crashed into a tree in northeast Portland this morning. The bus driver has serious injuries. Now authorities are trying to figure out what happened. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Brenda Braxton. That crash happened about 8 a.m. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says the bus crossed the center line and hit a tree in the Laurelhurst neighborhood at 45th and Gleason. As you can see, it smashed up the front of the bus pretty badly. 9 passengers were on board. 3 people and the driver had to be taken to the hospital. TriMet says these kinds of crashes are extremely rare.
Our bus operators are incredibly well trained. So this is one of those incidents that we want to look into and figure out, determine the root cause of it. Again, you know, it comes back to the operator and really wishing them the best because we know that they were injured.
Multnomah County Transit Police are investigating and will determine the cause of this crash. We're working to learn more today about a young girl who died after being found unresponsive in the Montevilla Community Center pool. Portland Parks and Recreation tells us the girl was found in the outdoor pool Friday night. She was taken to the hospital and died on Monday. They haven't released the girl's name or how old she was, and they haven't said whether she drowned or if something else happened to her. Portland Parks and Rec says it's working with the city to investigate. About 23,000 students in the Evergreen Public School District are spending the day at home instead of in class. With teachers on strike, the district pushed back the first day of school until further notice. Devin Haskins joins us live outside Evergreen High this noon. And Devin, teachers joined the picket line, just a few hours ago?
About 9 a.m. this morning, the picket line started. About 1,600 teachers and educators here in the Everett Public School District went on strikes. Things like higher pay, cost of living adjustments, smaller class sizes, even extra planning days and more resources for teachers among the many sticking points leading up to today's strike. Around 9 a.m., a sea of red t-shirt wearing t-shirts covered the sidewalk outside Evergreen High School and schools throughout the district. Evergreen is the second district in a week to go on strike.
And so to me, like, the fact that this is a common thread just really shows how out of touch administration is, like, across the Southwest Washington region.
Michael Bowersox is a special education teacher here at the high school. One of the issues that has brought on the strike, among others, is wanting more supports for students with special needs.
It's cringy to say, but it's like, to some degree, it's really society and the school system that is disabling our students versus their actual disabilities.
The union wants more help in the classroom and to keep the students, he says, more integrated when possible, not separated.
The more time they're with their peers, the more they do better, whether it's on academics or socially.
And a common theme amongst the teachers on strike: cost of living adjustments, planning days, and smaller class sizes.
As I went through all my classes yesterday, and most of them are hovering around the 29 number, which for any of you that have been around 29 kids, I've been coaching for 25 plus years. That's a tough number to wrangle without somebody else in your room.
With the first day of school on hold, the district released a statement saying it is disappointed that due to the teachers' strike, our students' return to school will be delayed. They go on to say the district bargaining team will continue to negotiate with the union to try and reach an agreement that is fair to our teachers and is affordable and sustainable. The two sides will again meet today to try and see if they can reach a deal to get the first day of school started. I'm Devin Haskins in Vancouver. Back to you.
Devin, thank you. Hurricane Idalia is making its way through the southeast this afternoon. It hit the west coast of Florida early this morning as a Category 3 hurricane with wind gusts over 100 miles an hour. Heavy rain and strong winds continue to batter much of northern Florida and now parts of Georgia and South Carolina. The storm left behind damage throughout the Tampa area with streets flooded, airports closed, flights canceled, and widespread power outages. NBC's Jay Gray is in Florida now with a look.
Idalia moving through Florida and now pushing into Georgia. What it left behind in this area, heavy rain, standing water in some lower lying areas. Of course, we're in Gainesville, which is removed from the coastline a bit. Along that coastline, as the storm made landfall in the early morning hours, we saw a huge storm surge moving in, pushing water into areas it's not supposed to be, and severe wind damage in many of those areas as well. So a hard strike at the coastline, but moving quickly and getting through the state, which is the good news. Clearing up here, as you can see, in Gainesville, there was obviously concern. This is where the University of Florida is, so you've got 50,000 students and a huge faculty there. That campus still locked down at this point. And we're starting to see some sun poke through the clouds, but we're going to continue to see rain and some gusting winds throughout the day here and into the evening. But again, this storm moving quickly and pushing through, but still a major concern, not only in Georgia, but it's going to continue up the eastern seaboard and into the Carolinas. That's the latest from here in Gainesville. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you now.
All right, let's bring in meteorologist Chris McGinnis. He's also tracking the storm's path. What's it doing right now, Chris?
It is down to 80 miles an hour with the sustained winds, and that is expected as the system worked its way over land early this morning. Here's the visible satellite imagery from going back 6 hours ago to present. It is currently now centered over southeastern Georgia, about 50 miles or so northwest of the Jacksonville area, just west of Brunswick. This is the radar imagery, and the heaviest rain and really the squalliest, nastiest weather on the north side of the storm now as it continues to track on up to the north and east. And as Jay Gray just mentioned, the expected track generally has it kind of working its way towards the east South Carolina, North Carolina coast, just south of Wilmington over the next 18 hours. So that area continues to be threatened with intense wind, gusty winds, and very, very heavy rain. Closer to home, we have kind of a partly cloudy, broken sky over downtown Portland right now. We've got temperatures that are in the low 70s at last check. Let me step off camera here real quick. My monitor is stuck, but I can tell you that we are also watching some raindrops. Brendan, real quick, if I can get radar to pop up here for us. We do have a couple of sprinkles that are falling right now in portions of Columbia, Clark, and Cowlitz counties. We'll get radar up, and I did want to point out that some of us might yet see a couple sprinkles as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures today top out in the upper 70s. Brenda, legit rain, like real measurable rain for all of us in the forecast tomorrow. I'll show you that coming up in just a few minutes.
We certainly need it. Chris, thank you. This afternoon, we're looking at Portland's new map showing where homeless campers can and can't stay overnight. This comes roughly 2 months after the city's daytime camping ban started. Take a look at your screen. The red areas are where camping is banned 24 hours a day. Keep in mind, the city has not marked off private property, just areas like parks and around schools. In other words, not all the gray on this map is okay. We talked to one person who lives near Southeast 80th and Rhine. She's upset her street wasn't included in the ban.
This street has been hit so hard over the last 7 years. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they still, to this day, are like, who cares? We're going to protect all these other neighborhoods first. Yeah, that's heartbreaking to me.
The city says it's distributing this map to educate campers about the ban. The actual enforcement will start this fall. For a closer look at the new map, you can head to kgw.com.